Capacity and capacity planning. What does it mean? Let's start with the topic. What is capacity? Capacity may be defined as the amount of resource input available relative to output requirement over a particular period of time. Capacity refers to maximum output or the highest amount of work that an organization, system, or facility can handle within a given period under normal conditions. Basically, capacity means your organization, how much your organization is capable as comparison to the input, how much you can produce, and how much production you can give, and we can say that as comparison to input, either your output is equal or not, and we can say are you efficiently using your input. So basically how maximum we can say output you are giving, that is called your capacity. Or we can say that we can provide more and more manufacturing units. So you should have the capacity to as per your words, that you can go as per the, you can give best to best production in a lesser timing. Okay, so basically capacity refers to the maximum output of highest amount of work. In lesser time, are you working, or are you giving the maximum output, or are you giving the highest amount of work that an organization, system or facility can handle within a given period of time? That is called in a normal condition. It can apply to various contexts. How can we take, we can say that such as manufacturing, service industries, IT and more. That can, we can say the manufacturing of, we can say we can apply the capacity, how much manufacturing capacity of our organization, how much service industries capacity of our organization, either we are providing IT capacity or not, and many more. Next is capacity may be measured in term of unit produced. It means that how many units you are going to produce, what will be the quality of your, we can say your units, or your products you are going to sell, what are the service delivery you are giving, what type of service you are providing, your data processing, or any other relevant metrics. So basically capacity means how much capable you are for production, how much capable you are for manufacturing, how much capable you are for store management, are you able or are you capable for handling material, are you able to maintain the store. So each and every part of that particular organization have some kind of capacity. Okay, capacity basically means that are you providing a efficient working, are you providing a efficient workplace, are you providing more and more production in a lesser timing. So that is called the capacity, that how much capable you are. So these are some different types of capacities which you can apply in your organization. Number one is production capacity. What does it mean? Production capacity, design capacity, effective capacity, fixed capacity, adjustable capacity, normal capacity and utilized capacity. Now first of all we will discuss what is production capacity. So basically production capacity is the maximum amount of product or services that a production facility can produce within a given period under normal condition. It means that as per planning, are you achieved your production goals? Are you giving the maximum output as per you have decided in a given period of time? Suppose take an example that if a factory can produce 1000 units of a product per day, its production capacity is called 1000 units. So this is called your production capacity. You know that my production capacity is already set and I have to produce as per my planning, as per my goals, that these are my production capacity and I will achieve that much of capacity in one day, in 1 month, or in 1 year. So this is called your production capacity. Just take an example of a car manufacturing company. Suppose they told you, yeah, they have decided that we will produce 10 cars in 1 month. Okay, 10 finished within single month. So the capacity of that company is more than either more than 10 or minimum 10, not less than 10. That is called production capacity. Next is design capacity. Design capacity means the theoretical maximum output that a system can achieve under ideal conditions. It represents the maximum possible performance. What does it mean? It means that how much, what type of design you are going to make. Either you have a capacity for making best to best design, or you have to produce that kind of product which have proper design. Okay, let's take an example. A machine designed to produce 1200 units per day. It means you have given the duty to that machine that you have to produce 1200 units in a day under a perfect condition, and a design capacity is called 1200 units. If the machine will not go for failures or not go for repair, it will produce in a normal condition. The design capacity of that machine is 1200 units. Next is, what is effective capacity? Effective capacity means the maximum output that a system can achieve under realistic conditions, taking into account regular downtime, maintenance, and other operational efficiency. It means that you can, how much you can achieve in the effective conditions. If we are say that we have a regular downtime, yeah, one day, with it including the maintenance, including the operational efficiency, how much your capacity. Next is, just understand with an example that if the some machines that has a design capacity of 1200 units per day can actually produce 1000 unit per day due to regular maintenance or breaks. Its effective capacity is 1000 units. Means your design capacity is 1200 units, but your actual production is 1000 units due to regular maintenance or breaks. So effective capacity is called 1000 units per day, because some of the time or some of the cost will involve in maintenance and breaks also. So we have to consider each and every point. After that we can say that 1000 units per day is your overall capacity. Next is fixed capacity. Fixed capacity means that the capacity that remain constant and cannot be easily changed in short time. Means this is your fixed capacity. Suppose you have 10 machines, so the 10 machines are fixed at particular position, so you know that the capacity of these machines will remain constant. Okay, it includes permanent resources like building. Building is having a same capacity of every day, because it will not change day by day. The machineries and the equipment that will not change each and every day. So this is called your fixed capacity. You have that kind of resources available for your particular production. Next is, just think, or you can understand it by the example that the number of seats in a theater, it is a fixed capacity, because it cannot be changed without significant alteration. So your cost or your tickets which you are selling for movies are we can say equivalent, or we can say that the production, highest production of your movie theater is this. Okay, you can easily calculate by the seats, because your we can say your profit earned by only the seats or which movie you are going to uh, we can say show in your theater. So seat is the we can say capacity of your production or service industry. Next is, what is adjustable capacity? The adjustable capacity means the capacity that can be changed or adjusted in response to fluctuation in demand. Means you have a capacity to change. Okay, you can adjust your capacity, either it can low, either it can high. Okay, and adjust the response of fluctuations in demand. It include flexible resources like additional shifts, temporary workers, and modular equipments. This is your adjustable capacity. Suppose you have same machineries, or we can say same workers, and you have to make two modular kitchens in a same service timing. So are you capable for making two kitchens in the same day? Or if you are not able, that is your adjustable capacity. You have to adjust your work as per your capacity, that we can produce or we can establish two modular kitchen in one day. So hiring additional staff during peak seasons to increase service capacity is an example of adjustable capacity. Suppose you want to, we can say our production capacity is we can say to set two modular kitchen in one day, then we can adjust some more person, we can take some more person to achieve our capacity. Okay, next is normal capacity. Normal capacity means the capacity that is typically expected or planned for under normal operating condition. Here what we are doing, we are working for the normal operations, or we are expecting or planned that this much is our normal capacity. It reflects the average capacity utilization over time. Suppose just take an example of 1 week. For Monday you are producing 100 units, but Tuesday your production is lesser, little bit lesser, or it becomes 90 units. Next day your production is again 100 units, and on Wednesday we can say on Thursday your production has down to 80 capacity. Okay, and another day your production is 90, and another day your production is 100. Now you are take a, we can say, an average capacity of whole week. The whole week capacity is equal to 100 plus 80 plus 90 plus 100 plus 80 plus 90, and then you will add and you can find out that this much is our normal capacity that we can easily achieve in one day or in 1 week. Let's take an example. A factory that operates at an average of 80% of its effective capacity over the year has a normal capacity of 80% of its effective capacity. It means if you are having an average of 80%, it means the overall year your normal capacity will be 80%, and this will your effective capacity. Next is utilized capacity. Utilized capacity means the actual capacity that is being used at a given point of time. It is measure of how much of the available capacity is currently being utilized. Does it mean? It means that what is your actual capacity, or how much available capacity is currently being utilized, how much you are using, what how much input you are using, or as per the comparison of it input, how much you are producing. In a factory with an effective capacity of 1000 units per day is currently producing 800 units per day, It means it is the utilized capacity of that particular organization. Utilized capacity. Okay, as we have discussed that the actual capacity that is being used at a given point in time, it is measured of how much or available capacity is currently being utilized. Next is if a factory with an effective capacity of 1000 units in currently producing 800 units, its utilized capacity 800 unit per day. Now, what is capacity planning? Capacity planning is a strategic decision that establishes a firm's overall level of resources. It means capacity planning is a overall strategic decisions which we are taking to establish a firm overall resources. Okay, next is what are the types of capacity planning? Number one is short range capacity planning, number two, intermediate range capacity planning, and number three, long range capacity planning. Now, what is short range capacity planning? Means we are making our planning for some of the time, some amount of time. Time range will be 0 to 6 month here. There is a very short period of time. The activities which involves in short time is day-to-day planning, scheduling of activities, machine loading, weekly scheduling processes, transfer to personnels, and changing the product's routine, etc. This is called short range capacity planning, in which what we do day-to-day planning. Okay, how much workers required, where to transfer the worker, which particular unit is, we can say, go for checking, or what kind of machine we are installing day to day. Suppose a single manufacturing unit one day is producing juice, another day it is producing milkshake, another day it is producing Pepsi or Coca-Cola. So it means we need different machines for every day. So this is called the short-term capacity planning. Next is what is intermediate range capacity planning. Intermediate range means where the time period is a little bit, we can say little bit more than short term period planning. The time of this particular capacity is 6 to 18 months or annually. Either it is annually or we can say it is 6 to 18 months. The activities which we hire on this particular planning is hiring or layoff of employees, purchasing or making the new tools or minor equipments, outsourcing or subcontracting decisions that will comes under the intermediate or aggregate planning. The time period of this is 66 to 18 months. What is long term capacity planning? Long term means when you are making, or you can say you are planning for more than 80 months. Here your planning is more than 18 months, or we can say approx 16, we can say 1.5 year. Okay, development of productive resources, here we do construction of building. This is also a very big thing, or a long time you have to need the capacity. Installation of equipments, that can take time, and facilities such as machineries, material handling equipments, and transportation vehicles. This is called long range capacity planning. So these are some factors that can affect your capacity planning. Number one, facility oriented factors. Second is product or service oriented factors, process oriented factors, human resource oriented factors, operational oriented factors, or external factors. These are some factors that can affect your capacity planning. Okay. Now, the another important point is aggregate planning. What is aggregate planning? Let's read about it. Aggregate planning involves planning the best quantity of to produce during time period, best quantity to produce during time period in intermediate range capacity planning horizon. planning the lowest cost methods for providing the adjustable capacity to accommodate the production requirement. It means here we are planning for lowest cost, and we can say for higher to higher quantity we can produce in the proper time period or in a proper range. Next is for manufacturing operations, aggregate planning involves planning workforce size, how much workforce you needed, what is your production rate, work per hour, what is your inventory level, or how much purchasing or making new tools and minor equipments or outsourcing. Aggregate means addition. Okay, when you are thinking each and every point. Okay, what will be your workers, what will be your inventory level, how much purchasing you are doing, how much your new tools will come in the your production unit. So basically aggregate planning involves the planning the best quantity to produce during the time period. It is intermediate range capacity planning horizon and the planning at the lowest cost methods to providing adjustable capacity to accommodate the production requirement. So it is clear that it is a we can say each and every aspect is related to aggregate planning. We have to consider all the points over here. What is the objective of aggregate planning? To balance conflicting objectives involving customer services, workforce stability, and cost and profits. Means here we are balancing our conflicting objectives, or we can involve customer services, what how much the workforce stability and what will be the cost and profit. Next is to establish company's wide strategic plan for allocating resources. Here we are planning that in which particular unit what type of resources are needed, what will be the workforce, or what will be the strategic plans for making these or completing the task of the particular department. Next is to develop an economic strategy to meet customer demand. It means here we are thinking what will be the prices and how can we make or we can make effective strategy to meet our customer demand, to meet our customer goals, or how to maintain we can say the customer expectation and perception. So that will be the aggregate planning. This is a operational planning and scheduling system who will tell you that how we can do the operational planning and how we scheduling the system. You can see, and the first point, first of all, every unit or every production unit, what do they do the production planning or master scheduling. They will make a we can say a model, a small model on which we have to they have to follow these model for the achievement of their goals. These are the orders and demand forecast that is also included in the production planning. Next step will be quantities or due dates, what how much quantity you are producing, what will be the due dates to available your product in the market. After that what will we do for material requirement planning, or these are the we can say day to day we can say a proper uh, flow chart of your operational system. After the material planning you will do scheduling. What in the scheduling, after the scheduling you will do shop floor control. After the shop floor control you will do shop floor working. Okay, in between you see that there are some other workshop order release date. Next is what will be the schedule, what will be the job loading, or you can see here scheduling constraints and shop status. So this is the overall operational planning and scheduling flow chart. Now what are the approaches of aggregate planning? Aggregate planning. Number one, top-down approach. It involves development of entire plant by working only at the highest level of consolidation. It means here we are developing the overall plan of your working at the highest level. Next is it consolidate the product into an average product and then develop an overall plan. Next is this plan is disaggregated to allocate capacity to produce families and individual products. Here we disaggregate and allocate capacity or families. We will discuss an individual product what we are going to produce. We have to think over it. Next is bottom up approach. Bottom up approach says it involves development of plans for major product or product families at some lower level within the product line. These sub-plans are then consolidated to arrive at the aggregate plan which gives the overall output and the capacity required to produce it. Bottom up approach means from lower to higher and top down means from top to lower level. Next point which is very important to discuss is master production schedule. What is MPS? The master production schedule sets the quantity of each finished product to be completed in a particular time period of the short range capacity planning horizon. Here we take the short range capacity and we have to reach the maximum quantity production or maximum finished good or we have to complete in a particular time period. That is called master production schedule MPS. The activities involves master production schedule is reviewing market forecast, customer orders, inventory levels, facility loading and capacity information, etc. These are the objectives of master production schedule. What does it mean? To schedule end item to be complete timely, to avoid overloading and underloading the production facilities so that production capacity is efficient utilized and low production cost result. It means we have to schedule the items which we are going to deliver in the market that will be completely at time. We have to avoid overloading. Suppose we are thinking that we have to we need 1000 units in our inventory or warehouses and we have only 800, then we have to go for the supply. We do not wait for overloading. Okay, we have to go for the supply. We will supply these products and low production cost, and just because of we are managing each and everything, the cost of production will lower than other cost. Next is what are the basic functions of master production planning or master production scheduling. Number one, translating aggregate plan, evaluative alternative master production schedule, generating material requirement, generating capacity requirement, facilitating information for processing, maintained valid priorities, and effective utilizing the capacity. Because we have already made a small model of the production and we can say we are following this model as to achieve the master production schedule. What we are doing, we are translating aggregate plans. Okay, we need each and every person involvement in particular organization. Next is evaluating alternative master production schedules. If the work is not going as per your schedule or as per your master production schedule, you have another alternative for you can achieve this. You can remove this particular process and you can we can say you can fix another master production schedule for achieving your targets. Next is generating material requirement. Here we are generating our material requirement. How much material is required for our master production? Next is either your capacity is at as up to the mark how much your capacity, because as per the production schedule you can easily judge that how much you can say that this is my capacity, and this that unit I can produce in a day. Next is facilitating information for processing. Here we will facilitate the information, or we can say the information for the processing this master production plan. Next is maintain valid priorities. We will prioritize the things as per the valid checking. The plan, or we can say the thing which is valid for production, we can give the priority to that particular processes. Next is effective utilization the capacity. After this maintain valid priority, we will make the effective utilization of the particular capacity. That is called functions of management. This is a flow chart of your master production schedule. In this, what we do, let's discuss this flow chart. Here you see that there are three different categories of this particular plan, and this picture has taken by the book of production and operation management. That is why this is a book picturization of master production schedule. This is divided in three categories. Number one, you can say there is a forecasting and customer order. Next is aggregate plan. Next is tentative master production schedule. Okay, this is a only we can say a tentative model which you are going to make. From forecasting customer order, you can reach towards the tentative master production schedule, or you can domestic and international decisions, you can reach towards the tentative master schedules. We can go through the forecasting of customer order, or we can directly comes to the domestic and international orders, or we can comes to the end product service part or spare parts through the tentative production. Next is, after this we reach towards the trial fit on. Trial fit on means MRP system and CRP system. In MRP system you can check that your material is adequate or not, or in CRP system you check are capacity adequate or not. If not, you can say no. If we can say we can revise again, of it is yes, then we will go further and we will make the firm master production schedule. After the making the master production schedule, we reach towards the MRP and CRP system. Okay, this is called our schedule flow chart. Now, these are some guidelines for MPS. Number one, work from the aggregate production plan, schedule common modules when possible, load the facilities according to the availability, release order on a time basis, monitoring the inventory level very closely, and reschedule the required. What are the basic symptoms of poorly designed MPS? It means there are some symptoms of we can say that can badly affect to master production poorly designed MPS. Number one, overloaded facilities. If we have overloaded production and overloaded warehouses, that can be the sign of poor MPS. Next is underloaded facility. If we said that our capacity is 1000 unit, but you are underloaded and your capacity is only 500 or 600 units, that means it is underloaded facilities. Next is excessive inventories level and some end items or frequent stock or on others. It means you have too much of inventory levels, or some of the products raw materials are wasting, or we can say discrepancies and many things, stolen things. So this is called we can say a poor symptoms of your master production schedule. Next is unrealistic schedule that production personnel do not follow. There are some unrealistic schedules that your production personnel cannot follow. Next is unreliable delivery promises. Your delivery is not up to time, or you are not delivered the product as per the it is needed. So that is called your failure of master production schedule. Next is excessive expediting or follow up. Your expediting and your follow up is too much, then your you can say that this is a poor master production schedule. Okay,